Hi, welcome guys. My name is Javier Fonseca. I'm a financial coach and I'm so excited today because I'm going to be able to share with you some of the awesome strategies that I help my clients out with that helps them maximize their money and build savings and get rid of debts quickly without living on a budget. Now, because I don't know your personal circumstances, this is general information only, and I totally encourage you to get your own personal advice that takes into account your own personal situation, because I don't know your situation right now. I'm just showing you what has worked for our clients who have come to see me, because when they come and see me, they're worried about money and they want to stop worrying about it, because what they really want to do is they want to have more money to enjoy life and be able to spend it on the things that they really want when they want. Now, what that means is what they're after financial freedom. Because financial freedom means having the money to spend when you want on what you want without having any worries about spending too much. So how do you do it? How do you do all this without living on a shoestring budget? And I'm going to show you some really cool tips and strategies that you can do yourself today. And I'm hoping that this benefits you guys immensely. That is my intention today. But let's get started. So everyone here would be familiar with how budgets work. And all my clients know this, that I'm a big advocate for not doing budgets. And the reason for that is most people, average mum and dad clients that we see, when they've done budgets, they miss things out. And they often tell me that, you know, it doesn't stop them from spending too much when they're at Myers or Bunnings or, you know, even just buying TVs and all those sort of things. There's nothing there stopping you from doing it too much. And it's really hard and time consuming and clunky. And they often leave things out like that are nice things like rewards and all those sort of things. So for us, we want to teach our clients to get money systems. And if you're listening to this, the key thing moving forward is that we're going to be evolving your finances to create a proper money system, not a budgeting tool. Budgeting doesn't work in our experience, and I've been doing this for 10 years, and I've found that for most clients, budgets has not worked for them. So the second lesson, and this is really important, like when we sit down with clients, yes, we have a long-term view, but we do actions that focus on the short term. And what that means is having weekly goals. So if you're sitting here and you're frustrated that you're not saving money, you need to break your goal down to a weekly must. So there's a difference between a goal and a must. A must is something that you must achieve. There is no exceptions, there is no excuses, and you're going to do everything you can to get there. And that's the sort of methodology that you want to move towards. The other thing too is you're going to make sure they're realistic. Otherwise, you're going to get fed up with the system and it's not going to work. And one of the things that we've found has worked the best for our clients is to have software that keeps you accountable. So we've got special software for our clients, and there's lots of them out there, guys. So make sure you do your research on it. But the software we use for our clients allows us to send them a report each month showing them if they've been on track and off track. And that allows us to keep our clients accountable. And it's that accountability is probably the number one reason why they get so many results. And I've got lots of stories to share with you, but a particularly good one that I can share with you with these sort of things is I had a client recently and they had lots of credit cards, and they weren't arguing with me. They were basically, they were sold on the belief that the banks sell you that you got to have credit card debts because it gives you that 55-day worth of interest-free period. And the reason why they were so frustrated is because they had I think between 5 or 10 grand worth of credit card debts. I can't remember. They had 3 of them, and each one of them was costing them between 18 to 20% in interest every year. So when you break that down, if you've got 20 grand worth of credit card debt, or say let's say 10 grand, and you're paying a 20% interest, that's $2,000 of your income has been wasted to interest to the credit card, and that's not even paying it down. And that's why there's some really scary stats out there. Like Australians right now are paying $32 billion in credit card interest. And I always tell my clients that sometimes there's got to be a distinction between being smart and being silly. And if you're using your credit card to get the free toaster every year with the points, but it's costing you 10 grand with the credit card debt at 2 grand per year in interest, the $50 toaster is not worth it. And that's what you've got to start realizing is you've got to start being smart with your money. And for some clients, it's not worth them having a credit card because they're not going to have control over how they spend the money. Not everyone's the same, but you need to really figure out, should you be having a credit card? I would totally advocate that if you've got a lot of credit card debt, that you shouldn't be shopping with your money using credit cards, because nothing's stopping you from spending too much, and it's going to dive you further into credit card debts. So the fourth lesson is going into our system now, and I'm going to share a story with you. I had a client, there were a couple that were renting, and when they first seen me, they were frustrated that they only had $200 in the bank account and about 10 grand to 11 grand worth of credit card debt. And I remember the first few phone calls with them, it was very much around, how do we afford this? How do I afford that? Because the credit cards are maxed out. And within 9 months of just having done one thing, which put a money system in place for them, they had 45 grand from memory in savings. And they were on the way to go to New York, to Bali for a surfing holiday. And within a few months after that, they had bought, or were getting ready to buy the first house. And it was really funny to see how fast the progress they made in such a short time, because in 9 months, going from 10 to 11 grand in credit card debt to almost 45 grand in savings, that's a massive improvement financially. And that didn't even count the money that we used to build assets to build passive income. And the way we did that is we systemized everything. So we don't do, for our clients, we don't use weekly budgets. We find that doesn't work. No one has the time to sit down and count how much money they spent on coffees. And so what we like to do is we work out for each client individually on a customized basis how much money they need for rewards, how much money they need for everyday spending, how much money they need for the bills, including a buffer. If they've got an investment property, how much that might be costing them. And we keep that money completely separate from the money that they're using to get ahead, or the money that they need to save to buy their first house. And I think that system of not having to rely on a budget, and we break that down, so we end up having automatic transfer coming out of the accounts, because we've done this for so long, we're really good at it. We've been able to work out a system that makes them really easy for them to do. And so my lesson for this money system for you guys, if you're listening to this, is to make sure that you start following the process. Have a structured approach of how much you transfer each week or each pay, and make sure that if you're transferring money for bills, that you're having money for buffers and the loans and all those sort of things. You want to make sure you get really structured in that approach, because that's going to make a very, very big difference to your finances. And like I said, we've got countless stories where we've had clients go from credit card debt to 6 months, there's no credit card debt. And then they're looking at building assets. It's, and it's always come down to this. They've been really good at implementing the system and following the system. And that's what I'm trying to advocate to you guys now, if you're listening to this, is to get that system in place. And I know it can be challenging, and you don't get money basics taught in school. I know that because this is what my clients tell me. And so what I want to give you today is a free spending plan template that we use for our clients to help work out the first steps. And I know that's not going to be much use to you unless you've got an expert going through it with you. So we're going to devote 30 minutes of our time to, if you download the template here, to help you fill that in and really help you nut out to see if there's any potential benefits that you can do. But take opportunity of it. Like, it's complimentary, so we're not charging you for that. And the reason why we want to do that complimentary to you at no cost is because you might sit down there and we might find opportunities that you just might miss out on. And it is so easy for us to pick up because it's what we are experts in. So I hope this has been valuable to you. If you know someone who should be doing these sort of systems here, please feel welcome to share this sort of material with them. And I look forward to seeing you again in the future. Thanks for listening. Bye.